Hi everyone. Today I wanted to come and speak to you on the gender pay gap in the workplace. And I felt that it was important for me to speak on this topic because I found it really interesting and also heartbreaking that there's a statistic that women actually make less than men in all but five occupations. And I felt that I could speak to you on this topic because I'm a woman myself that will soon be dealing with this issue firsthand as I enter the white collar workplace following my pursuit of my degrees. And I thought it could be interesting for you guys to listen to because many of you listening are women just like me that are going to experience this problem as well. And then for those of you guys listening, I think it's important that you realize that this is an issue and acknowledge that and hopefully work with us women to get this problem resolved. And so basically, the gender pay gap is an issue. We're currently in a state where women make only 79% of what men do for the exact same jobs. And I feel that God would find an issue with this because he values equality among his creation, or at least his human creation. And I think that there are some solutions that we could potentially use to work to remedy this problem. So, um, basically, my first statistic is that women earn only 79 cents for every dollar that men earn. And Betsy Stevenson from the National Archives and Records Administration stated that women get fewer raises and promotions partially because they negotiate less. But even when women do negotiate, they are likely to receive less than men or be penalized for breaking out of social norms. Um, in addition to that, it's been proven that the wage gap grows over time as you age. So, Danielle Corley from the Center for American Progress stated that for women ages 15 to 24 working year round and full time, the wage gap is $4,373 per year, but by the time women reach the ages of 45 to 64, they earn $15,404 less than men per year. So that's really substantial for doing the exact same job. And then my last statistic that goes along with this problem is that the wage gap results in significant lifetime losses in earnings. And Danielle Corley, again, for the Center for American Progress, stated that over a 40-year career, the average lifetime earning losses for women based on today's wage gap total is $430,480 on average. And these losses are greater for women of color. African American women lose $877,480 over a 40-year career, and then Latinas lose a total of $1,007,080 over a 40-year career. And then, in addition to that, on average, women have 50% smaller account balances in defined contribution plans like 401ks, things like that, that contribute towards their retirement. They kind of get gypped on that as well. And so the reason I think God would find an issue with this is that he values equality among his children. And the verses I have for that are that in Genesis 1:27, this is a classic verse, and it's just, so God created men in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female, he created them. So I really think that verse just speaks to our value that we're created in God's image, and he created male and female in his image. So he values us both equally. There is no difference there. I think in Romans 2:11, it says, for God does not show favoritism. And that one's pretty blunt, but I think it really supports my argument here that he doesn't favor anyone in his creation, whether it's based off sex, color, race, ethnicity, things like that. And then lastly, Matthew 7:12 says, so in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. And so I think that goes for employers and, men that may be determining these salaries, like, treat us how you would want to be treated. Same thing with women, if they're the ones in charge, and this issue is still taking place, just treat people underneath you as you would want to be treated. They, desire the pay they deserve, and so I feel that should be given to them. And then basically, I believe that we can work to begin to remedy this problem. Just as women, we need to band together and voice our discontent over the issue. Just make it known, bring some attention to it. And I think in addition to that, I don't think it's effective to only cause a ruckus without backing it up with action. So I think as we're making this problem known, we should also be pursuing higher education and certifications within our career field, just to really build our resume and show that we know what we're doing, we're very qualified for the job, and we deserve the equal pay for it that men get. And then I think also from the male perspective, like I said at the beginning, it's important for them to, acknowledge that this is a problem, do their own research and realize that this is a real thing that's taking place, and hopefully feel it put on their hearts to work with us to eliminate this problem. And so, to conclude, we're living in a time where women are only making about 79% of what men are making, but I believe that God values equality among his children, so this is what makes this problem an issue, and I do believe there are ways we can work to remedy it with time. And so, my ladies out there, let's band together, let's raise our voice about this issue. And then I wanted to conclude with a quote from Maria Shriver that says, "When we pay women less than men, we're telling women their work isn't as valuable. We're all equally valuable, and we should be paid equally." And I think that sums it up really well. So thank you guys so much for listening.